think for YVote this summer, we're talking a lot about action and getting things done, because if you live in New York, it's really easy to just complain because we all agree with each other for the most part. So I guess I'd say, like, when you're talking about actions that individually you've taken or per your organizations, because it's addressed to the both of you, which efforts have been most successful and what did they look like?
I just can speak on behalf of 0 Hour. Our summit was definitely the most successful. In terms of people, well, there's several aspects to it, but like funds, like many people were like willing to support such a large movement, and then eventually, like once your movement like garners support, it has to do a lot with press work, so like talking about press. Hey, we have this summit coming, it's building, could you help us promote it? But once you're with that, there's getting speakers to come in. We had the EPA, former EPA administrator, Gina McCarthy, come and speak. And like having people like that coming in is really important, because also with the summit, other than a rally, though we like appreciate rallies and it's like easier for people to come out, there's not much action taking place besides protesting that you can use to further your experiences, like what can I do? So at our summit, we had many different workshops hosted by different groups. So they were like how to lobby, like even like personal lifestyle choices, like what can I do personally, or how can I get my family involved, or like a facts session. So I just find that it gets more support. It had like more people can speak, and there are just more opportunities to learn and grow. So that's why I found the summits are the most successful, I think.
It's really valuable, yeah.
Yeah, I would just say broadly, like making, like when you decide what you want to do, and it seems like YVote has its own kind of mission, and you know, when I think that like what you guys are doing, it's totally awesome, and I think that factors into the idea of like having a theory of change, and you know, YVote's theory of change is one thing. You know, getting more people engaged with, you know, civic engagement, that will make our country better. That is a good thing. But I'm sure that you right now are trying to brainstorm different theories of change. So the most successful thing that I've seen in the different groups I've been in is like when you have a clear theory of change, say like this is how we want to do this to make this thing happen, and just like lay that out, and everybody has a vision under that. So like specifically, like we think in Massachusetts that you know, if we want to pass a federal Green New Deal, like that is something that needs a lot of local support. So our theory of change for that specific issue is to say like we're going to get a lot of different resolutions passed in every single local jurisdiction we possibly can. We're going to just try to get everyone possible to sign on to this, and that's what Sunrise is doing there. And you know, once all that happens, then we go to the state convention, the Democratic State Convention, and say like, oh look, we have all these resolutions, like let's pass a big resolution, and then like that. You know, at some point, Massachusetts will like just be this blob of like a lot of different climate resolutions that will be able to like very, very strongly support politically like this bigger resolution. So it's like it's cool to have these like small milestones and have this like theory of changes. Like here's how we're gonna change this thing.